Welcome back to the RS4. Once again, we're in this Audi created racing sport 4. I don't even know why I'm coming up with this bullshit, but yes, so I haven't made any videos in this car for a while, and I thought it needed some love and attention and a video to be made about it. It's just such an amazing all-rounder that I totally forget to think about it as a very special car, because I use it all the time. And I have, in 1 year, I think I have done 12 or 13,000 miles, I think. It's just one of those cars that you can take everywhere with you. You can take your kids and your luggage and everything else, and you can just go on a long journey by yourself or whatever. It's just such a fun car, and it's so comfortable, it's fast. The only thing I would say, the slight negative thing about this car, is the fuel consumption. It burns fuel like hell. Yes, I have a heavy foot, but I've had a heavy foot in the Aston Martin and all the Porsches I've had and the Ferrari. But this car uses the same amount of fuel that the 6-litre V12 Aston Martin did. And I don't know why they're putting these turbos and reducing the sizes of the engines, because it was supposed to make it more efficient, but it's not. I guess if you just leave it on cruise control on a motorway and let it do its own thing, then perhaps you can get half decent fuel consumption. Otherwise, like for example in the city, it does about 12 miles to 14 miles to a gallon, and on the motorway it does 22, 25. It gets to about 30 if you leave it on cruise control and don't accelerate and don't do anything. Just let the car drive itself with the adaptive cruise control and lane assist, so everything is just computer controlled. Then you can get over 30. Otherwise, no way. I've started using the high octane fuel in the cars now, the 99 octane, because what I noticed is that it gives you better fuel consumption and better performance. So overall, you probably end up paying the same amount of money that you pay for normal fuel. So the number of miles you get from a 95 octane is less than what you get in a 99 octane. So it's better to get slightly more expensive fuel, especially with the coronavirus. The fuel prices have come down considerably, especially in the UK. So what else can I say? I mean, it's one of those cars that sometimes I think, yeah, maybe I should swap it with a Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo, because I do miss the Porsches. But then when I sit in this car and I drive it and all these extras and gadgets that it has, and also the Panamera is a much bigger car, so more difficult to park. This is much easier. It fits into every space, and also it's very understated. When people look at it, they just see an Audi. They don't see a performance car, whereas the Porsche, just the badge, would attract a different kind of attention. A little bit about the RS4. I have done so many miles. I got a set of winter wheels and tires, so I've just been driving it all over Europe. Took it to the south of France last year, and then in winter I went to 2 trips around Scandinavia. But I think the next trip I'll probably take the Ferrari, because it needs to be used with the top down in nice places like the south of France perhaps. Anyway, this is probably a very boring video about the RS4, but just a little bit of an insight from a daily driver and a user who uses the car as just an everyday car, and it's fantastic. I can't fault it except for what I said about the fuel consumption. Everything else is perfect. The 4-wheel drive system and the slip differential that they put in this car is fantastic, because you can do corners and really high-speed maneuvers in this car and it doesn't even flinch, it doesn't budge. So thumbs up, all positives about this car. So if you are thinking of getting one, yeah, go ahead, get it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And one more thing that is a very good feature in this car, but it ruins the driver's habits. So like now, it's on cruise control and it's on lane assist. I'm going around a corner and the car is moving and turning itself. It keeps me in the lane, and adaptive cruise control. Now we're straightening up and it's beeping now that it realized I've taken my hands off. But it will also brake and slow down on corners and bends, and if there's a car in front, it will slow down and not crash into the back of it. However, when I'm in the Ferrari, because my brain is used to this car, sometimes I forget that I need to press the brake and the car's not going to slow down. So it's a good idea to have adaptive cruise control in all your cars, or then remind yourself or switch between the cars more frequently, because for me it's happened a few times. Luckily the brakes in the Ferrari are carbon ceramic and amazing, so it doesn't make any difference if you leave it a little late. But in general, it's a little bit scary because you're expecting the car to do things which it doesn't. Or just drive it without cruise control, then you know that you have to slow down. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and plenty more videos to come. I'm being seen through glass right now. I don't have any lines, so I just say how things come to my head.